I hope I'm live. Let me just double check. I hope I'm live. If you're able to see me and hear me, just type AV clear in the chat box. Thank you so much. All of you lovely people who are watching me, thank you so much for being here. And as a coach, if you have started your journey or you're about to start your journey, you're thinking you're on the fence and you want to know that how much does it cost to realistically and minimalistically invest to start a business, an online coaching business in India, then this video is definitely for you. You see, a lot of people talk about how you can achieve, a particular target in the month, like six figures and stuff like that. And I have huge respect for all of them. And I mean, like, honestly, I'm telling you that I have been through a couple of mentors and I chose one mentor to stick with, and I have been honored to be a part of his system, and I have learned a lot from him. And because of him, I am um, in this business, and I'm still able to thrive and survive. Survive and I would still say that I'm still surviving, but still then, a lot of people ask me that what is the realistic cost, right? What's the practical cost? And I have been like helping a lot of coaches and consultants throughout India in across niches since a couple of years, and it's been like I mean, personally, I started this online journey definitely after COVID, but even before COVID I have been into the online space on and off. I've been experimenting, like, Facebook ads, this that, for my offline coaching business. So I come from a training background typically. Before that I was in IT and all that. um, but yeah, from L&D background, from a corporate training background I have come. And before pre-COVID also I was into this online space, and post-COVID I definitely went 100% into it. And now recently I have started, hybrid model where I do a little bit of online, like maximum 99% I do online and 1% I do offline. So this is a little bit about me, and I have been helping a lot of coaches and consultants through this one-to-ones. And some of them are my friends, some of them are my clients, and they have been asking me like, what's the realistic cost, like to start a business. And I mean, if I'm targeting, let's say, 3 lakhs per month, then how much should I invest? Okay, so that's what people are asking me about. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about it. So let me share my screen with all of you. First of all, let me unfold all the stuff that I have written here. Let me give you some disclaimers. Okay, this is I have tried to be as realistic as possible without any exaggerations. And I mean, with this video or this information, you can be mentally prepared, right? That this is what is on your way, this is what is going to happen. Okay, and especially from 2025, I mean, with the rates of 2025, whatever is the costing right now, I have taken all of that into consideration and I prepared this information for you. Okay, little, like a small presentation for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and share that with you. I guess you are able to see my screen now. All right, so what is a realistic and minimalistic approach? Mind the words realistic and minimalistic. That means if I want to have minimal software, hardware, and stuff like that, what should be my investment per month? What should be the capital investment? What should be the operating cost of an online coaching business that targets to achieve at least 3 lakhs a month in the next 6 months? Okay. So by the next 6 months, by the end of the next 6 months, if you want to generate a consistent revenue of 3 lakhs starting from the seventh month onwards, okay, then this is the realistic investment that you should have, and the minimalistic one. All right, so if you're ready to learn, just type RTL in the chat box. By the way, please do comment and ask your questions. share this with someone, who is trying to be an online coach, or who's trying to sell, or monetize his knowledge, his or her knowledge and expertise online. So that's the coaching industry. It's really thriving, and you might have seen a lot of online coaches and consultants these days. Some of them are, a good number of them are doing really well. Like, they don't have to depend on anything else. They have coaching as their primary business. It's a wonderful business. I enjoy it. And luckily, I come from a background of coaching and training family. My father was a maths professor, my physics was a physics professor, and since then, somewhere that kida was there, that bug was there with me, and I always wanted to be a trainer. I love training and coaching and stuff like that, okay, and experimentation and stuff. So share it with somebody who is keen to start his or her online training business, and you can share it with tuition teachers also who are doing offline training, but they intend to start their online coaching business, okay. So go ahead and do the job, do the good karma, digital karma, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't yet. So coming back to the point, let's go ahead and talk about it, okay. Now, the let me tell you the least important cost, and that is the legal cost. Okay. Now, you can go for logo and IPR registration. That's intellectual property right registration. You can go for GST registration if you want to. If you want your certificates that you give to your online certificates, if you want all of that, Meta also, I mean, Facebook and Instagram, when you run advertisements, they ask you about GST, but it's not mandatory. If you want, you can register for GST. If you don't want, that's okay. And then there's GST filing cost, and these are the average max. Okay, the average, like you can say, I mean, it's a palindrome that I'm saying. It's a very confusing statement, but let me be clear. Okay, so that this is the max that you should spend. You should not spend more than 20,000 for your IPR and logo registration. If you're spending more than that, then good luck to you. But then that's the max that you should be spending. Okay, and that's like a one-time cost. Okay, GST registration is 6,000. Okay, one time. GST filing about 12,000 per annum. Okay, so 12,000 per annum, right? And if you calculate everything, then the total comes out to be 6,000 per month. I'm considering that you have 6 months of operating cost and capital investment. So I've divided everything by 6, not by 12. And therefore we are talking about 6,000 per month of online coaching business registrations, or like legal cost. Okay, make a note of this if you want. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay, now that is completely optional, okay? Though I recommend you to do it, but it's not mandatory. Okay, that's why I've written optional. But what is definitely required, the number 2 point, is the software and hardware cost. You cannot do without it. And these are the minimalistic things that you need to have if you're targeting 3 lakhs per month by the seventh month. Okay. And especially if you're starting or thinking to start your coaching business. Okay, or maybe you started but your niche is not clear and you're still confused, and now that you got a grasp of it, now you want to really restart your coaching business, and now you're thinking, okay, let me think, okay, let me figure out what's the cost. All right. And I've seen so many people, like over to, I don't, probably by now in my journey, 200 plus coaches and consultants I've helped in various ways. Like, sometimes I run their advertisements, sometimes I help them to get clarity on their niche, sometimes I help them to do all this, like they take the correct software, the correct hardware. Numerous questions I have heard, and I have been asked, but since I have been testing different software, hardware, I can give you a very, very realistic picture. Okay. Now take a look at this. All right. Hardware. Okay. You need softbox light. They say light, camera, action, right? Light, camera, sound, action, right? So light, softbox light. Okay. Softbox light is something which will give you like a soft glow all around. So that's 3,000. Focus light. Okay. Sometimes you need your background to be dim and the light to fall on your face, not directly on your face, but from an angular point. That's 3,000. Neon backlights, okay, background lights. If I minimize my screen, you can see that there is some neon lights, and that gives a very good texture to your overall video. All right. And I mean, there is no limit to the max. Okay. How much can you spend? But this is the minimum of the maximum for new coaches. Okay. You don't want to spend more than 3,000. You can, but don't spend more than 3,000 on a softworks light. Don't spend more than 3,000 on a focus light. Don't spend more than 1,000 a month. Sorry, 1,000 total if on a neon background light. Okay. Then you need definitely lead. Now let's come to camera, light camera. Okay. You need a 1080p webcam. Okay. That's 12,000 max. Okay. And I'm talking about good quality. I mean, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's just about perfect. Okay. You need a wireless mic. You need a swing arm mic like the one I'm using. Okay. So I've got a wireless mic which I use for outdoor shooting. And I also use this kind of a swing arm or wired mic. I mean, because the noise cancellation is wonderful in this kind of a mic. And wireless mic do have noise cancellations. And but still, then I mean, what kind of wireless mic that you're taking? So I request you to go for have a budget of this much. Okay. So that you will get a fantastic mic. Okay. uh so 13,000. And wireless mic, keep a budget of that. Set aside 5,000 for a wired swing arm mic. There are various options. Okay. I i know that you might be thinking that, okay, Shrimar, tell me what are the suggested brands and all that. So I will cover that in another live video probably next week. But these I mean, I'm going to share whatever I use. I'm going to share that. And after experimenting with a lot of things, I will tell you what exactly is has helped me to achieve more than double digit lakhs by now in digital marketing. What are the software and hardware? So I will share that list probably in the next video. But right now, this is the basic framework. Okay, basic costing. Okay, so Wi-Fi router backup. Okay, if you are in India, there's a lot of electricity problem. Thanks to the wonderful governments, doesn't matter which party they are from, but unfortunately, we don't even have proper light. Okay, electricity 24/7 electricity we don't have in many cities, many cities, right? So you need Wi-Fi router backup, you need emergency light backup, right? You need USB fan, okay, so that at least you stay cool on this hot in this hot summer. And if you calculate plus or minus everything, average it out, it comes to about 7,500 per month approximately on hardware per month. Okay, want to take a screenshot? Go ahead and take a screenshot. All right. So one-time cost, I have divided by 6, and this is how I can come up with this figure, 7,500 per month. Okay. Now, let's talk about the hardware. Sorry, the software. Okay. You need a web conferencing system. That's the minimum thing that you need. And that's about 1,300 per, max for 100-person meeting. You need a learning management system, because even if you are not going through even if you're going through so-called the famous WhatsApp classes and stuff like that, and you don't want to do courses, because there are many gurus who are telling you don't have to do courses, level 1, level 2, level 3 courses. I respect that, and I love that, and I agree to them. I mean, you can experiment. For me, everything is an experiment. The whole life is an experiment. And I got this dialogue from the movie The Recruit, 1990 or 2001 or 2002. Al Pacino. All right. That's a fantastic movie, and everybody should watch. Your entire life is an experiment. Okay. So I believe the entire coaching journey, I take it as experiment. Okay. Love is an experiment for me. Everything, making love is also an experiment for me. Running business is an experiment for me. There's nothing perfect. You just need to keep doing things, keep doing things, keep doing things. Sometimes you click, sometimes you don't. Take it easy, have fun, right? That's my funda. I don't know about you. All right. Now let's go ahead and keep experimenting. And I mean, you can keep experimenting. But I'm talking about learning management system where you need to host your recordings, right? At least a systematic way to give access to the recordings of the live classes that you take in the web conferencing system. So that's 5,000 per month. That's email marketing system. You definitely need it, and that's the minimum. Like I'm not even included WhatsApp marketing system, which is very like popular these days, and that really works. But then I'm saying minimalistic. So we are not getting into WhatsApp automation and WhatsApp marketing system. If you want that, just type it in the chat box, type it in the comments. Do you want to know more about WhatsApp automation, how I do it, and how people do it? If you want a quick summary, quick walkthrough of that, just type I need WhatsApp automation summary. All right, and I'll share that in another live video. All right, super. Now let's get into email marketing system. You need video editing software, one for cell phone, one for laptop, 800 and 1000 respectively. Image editing software which has AI, right? You can go for 500 per max. Official email ID, right? You need official email ID, right? Your domain should be there. So first of all, you need to take a web domain. Then you need to take web hosting, because your landing pages will be hosted somewhere like GoDaddy or WordPress or something like that. So that's 100 max, 300 max. These are per month cost. Okay. Official email ID like Google Workspace and stuff like that. So 200 max, right? So it's like, help. For example, one of my, for example, for this niche, my official email ID is help@c4official.com. So C4Official becomes my domain, and help@c4official.com is provided by Google Workspace. And I pay money to Google Workspace to help me with that email ID, where I can use Gmail to log in. So, in Gmail, I type my ID as help@c4official.com. I put my password, I enter, then I get all my official emails just like Gmail. Okay, so it's managed by Google Workspace, and I love that. All right, it's very smooth, very popular, and very good. The uptime is fantastic. Now, if you calculate all the software and if you divide it by 6 and one-time cost per month cost, it comes to 12,000 per month approximately. Software. Want to take a screenshot? Go ahead and do that. All right. Now this is minimalistic. Okay. This is minimal. Like you should definitely have them. If you don't have them, chances are that you cannot launch your business. Okay. Or it won't run properly. Okay. You will always, be missing something, and you will end up comparing yourself with people who are already at 10 lakhs a month. All right. And you will cry, and you will compete, and you will get anxious, and then you will give up. So be realistic. Okay. Have these things with you, and let's be clear and practical. The next type of cost is the marketing cost. That's a major one. Okay. You need logo, you need landing page. Okay. You need candid shots. Candid shots are for photographs, official photographs. Many coaches don't do that. If you don't do that, your branding will suck, and people will not like it. Your landing page needs to have professional photography and some candid shots, and that needs to be done. Okay, so invest in that. You need to spend at least in Facebook and Instagram ads. That's meta ads. I mean, even if you're not running YouTube ads, I'm not covering YouTube ads and LinkedIn ads. So that's the 15,000 on an average per month that you have to spend on Facebook and Instagram ads. So all your marketing stuff total will be about 21,000 per month. Each month you have to spend on marketing. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay. Now here is the last cost. Okay. Now this is the manpower cost. Okay. Now I have written optional. I highly suggest though that you should have at least one person with you. Okay. But if you're able to do designing, community management, video editing, copywriting, then all by yourself, then you are fantastic. Then you're good to go. Okay. Some people do that. People, especially from IT background, and even if some people who are not from IT background, but they have a nag to understand the technology, they do it. For example, I have a dentist who is a client of my meta ads, and she understands technology like at the back of her hand. Like it's very easy for her, even though she is a dentist, because she has the technical bend of mind. So if you can do it on your own without getting exhausted or burnt out, fantastic. But even if for example, I come from engineering background, and I have very good nag of technology and stuff like that, though I have never been a coder, but electronics and instrumentation engineering and a lot of things. So I always had that bent of technical bent of mind. Okay. And many of the coaches that I helped, they in fact came to me because of the biggest reason that I understand meta ads like really well, and I understand the different types of YouTube ads and LinkedIn ads really well, and I understand all this software and hardware really well. So that is one of the things that why people come back to me, and this is the reason. So uh, even though I'm from that background, I have 5 people with me. Okay. And they all are freelancers. They're not on, like permanent payroll or, salary, but they are getting pay per activity kind of a basis. And if you want to know more about how exactly you should have manpower, like reasonably. Okay, I'm not talking about like real, like you're investing a lot, and like I'm talking about reasonable manpower. If you want to know more about it, type manpower in the comments, and I'll have another video dedicated for that. In fact, I think I already have the topics for the next free lives on Fridays for all of you online coaches and consultants. Now, coming back to the point, right? You need four roles, right? People who should be able to design, which means Canva design, like image design and stuff like that. People who can manage the community, your online community, like they can answer questions and stuff like that. People who can video edit, people who know a little bit about SEO, so social, search engine optimization, and they know how to copyright. Okay, so they can use the publishing part, they can take care of the publishing, social media publishing part. So you need all these roles. Okay, so on an average, okay, for at least a person who knows all this, okay, and even if you are spending on Fiverr or freelancers, okay, for four different roles, what I have seen is that in India, on a very reasonable way, you can get it for 20,000 per month, and that's the minimum that you have to spend. Okay, 20,000 per month. Okay, so that's the manpower cost. Want to take a screenshot? Go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay, now here is the deal. What's the grand total? Okay, so the minimum amount in India as an online coach that you have to spend if you're targeting to spend 3 lakhs a month is 40,500 or 41,000 rounded up. My suggestion is that you include the manpower, one person who you're paying 20,000 a month, and 60,500 rounded up 61,000 per month. Okay. And if you are including the legal part, max to max 66,500, that's 67,000 per month. That's just about enough for you to run your business for next 6 months. That's 67,000 per month. That's the max. Okay, just about enough. And the minimum is 42,000, 41,000. Okay, per month minimum investment for next 6 months. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Shrima, you said 3 lakhs per month income. Yep, I said that. Now calculate quickly. Your logical brain or the mathematical brain will help you. It must be thinking that, okay, so 41,000 for next 6 months. Okay, so I need to have a stockpile of what? Right? So let me get into the last but not the least point. Okay, number 6, we are talking about an investment of minimum 2.5 lakhs for the next 6 months. You need to have this much of stockpile minimum. Round it up to 3 lakhs. So you're spending 3 lakhs, you're getting 3 lakhs. And if on the higher end, okay, now there is no limit to how high you can go because it all depends on, I mean, instead of a webcam, you use a, Sony Alpha and DSLR, and the cost suddenly increases to 3 lakhs. Anyway, so what I'm trying to tell you is that for 3 to 4 lakhs is what we are looking at in a 6 months period of time. The problem is 3 lakhs is the earning, whether it is secured, sure, not sure, we don't know that. Right? But we have to go for it. We have to give our best and we have to keep doing. So, what will ensure that the 3 lakhs, 3 to 4 lakhs that you're spending, okay, you're at least getting little bit more than that? How about getting, spending 4 lakhs and getting at least 6 lakhs? Right? I'm talking about very minimalistic approach. So how to do that? How can we ever achieve that? And therefore, my friend, you need systems, you need processes, you need things that are proven to be successful by majority of coaches, not all, but majority. And therefore, you need mentors. So I hope you understand the importance of having a mentor who has gone through the journey. right, have failed a lot of time and then has come back. Because if you know that, if you go through that person's advice, that person's suggestion, then the person has already burned the fingers. The person has already failed multiple times to become your mentor. It's not just about the success that the mentor has, it's about the failures that the mentor has already gone through in this particular field. And I always say that whenever you want to take advice about anything, always consult with people who have at least gone through one cycle of up and down. Okay, two is even better. Up and down, the crest and the tough. So if you're taking advice from somebody who has been claiming that he has been successful or she has been successful all throughout, then you're talking to the wrong person, because it's absolutely fake. Nobody can be successful from day one. Nobody can just be successful throughout. There must be some downtimes, and you need to take advice on anything, not just coaching. Take advice from somebody. You want to buy a car, buy a house, you want to understand which stream your child should get into, after 10th or 12th. I mean, all of these, whether to get married or not get married, all of these you should get advice from somebody who has gone through one up and one down and has at least come back again, right? So somebody who has achieved at least 3 lakhs 4 lakhs a month, then has achieved something lesser than that in a month, and then come back really good and is achieving 6 to 7 or 8 lakhs a month, that is the guy who can mentor you. Hope this live video was helpful to you. You got a realistic and minimalistic estimation of an online coaching business in India in 2025. 42,000. That's the number you should target per month minimum. Maximum 67,000. That's it. You can go beyond 67,000 per month. That's up to you. There's no limit to what you can, how deep are your pockets. But 67 is just about enough. And with the correct system, with the correct method, with the correct mentor, following the guidelines, as the Japanese say, there are 3 rules to any training. Have the correct mindset of commitment, copy the mentor blindly, and then evolve. Very simple 3 rules. Let me repeat. Have the correct mindset of commitment. So committed, that's the real 80% of the game. Step 2, just copy paste. Whatever your master has done, try to copy it. If the master has made a pot and has been making pots since 20 years, just copy the exact same pot, the exact same process. As simple as that. And then the third stage is evolvement. Then you figure out, what's your method of doing your own pot, your clay pot. And it's called Shirobi, right? She is the first step. First step, row is the first, row is the first step, second step, and B is the third step. So Shirobi, right? So if you got this, type Shirobi in the chat box and in the comments. And I hope this was really, really helpful. And looking forward to welcome you if you want to know more how to make your coaching business a success, especially if you're a starter coach. Meet with me by clicking the link in the bio or in the description.